We start with that breaking news tonight in Mooresville. Chopper 9 over what's left of an NFL player's home. Just an incredible image here. This house is gone 17 hours after investigators say the house exploded and killed the player's father inside this home.
Channel 9 has been at the scene all day long after first bringing you live reports about this throughout the morning. Investigators say the home is owned by this young NFL cornerback, Tennessee Titans player and former Big 22 player to watch, Caleb Farley. They say that he was not at home at the time. Farley grew up in Maiden before making it to the pros and then buying this home in Mooresville along Barber Loop near Lake Norman. And you can see right here on the screen images of before and after that property, the home now just demolished. We have live team coverage tonight as we learn more about Farley's father, who sadly did not make it out of the home alive.
We start with Channel 9's Madison Carter, who is live at the scene in Mooresville with an update we just got on the investigation in the past couple of hours. Madison?
We just got the update on the investigation. I know we've been showing you images all day, but it is so hard to imagine, even from those pictures, the devastation of what this home once was. We're standing across the street where there's insulation littering the neighbor's yard. Now, it's still extremely early in this investigation, but we're still learning a lot about the explosion. We already know that investigators are looking at this as an accident. And although we know that this investigation right now is centered around a natural gas pipeline, they're telling homeowners who live along Barber Loop that there is no threat to them or their homes today. I was able to confirm with Dominion Energy that their crews were some of the first on the scene here this morning. Federal investigators with the ATF were here alongside authorities digging through the rubble earlier today. We were told just hours ago that no criminal activity is suspected. Again, that speaks to just how quickly this investigation is moving. It was just after midnight the call came in about an explosion at this house on Barber Loop in Mooresville. It was leveled by the time first responders got to the scene. And that's why they say they were shocked when they saw a man walking out of what used to be this Lake Norman home. We now know that man is 25-year-old Christian Rogers. At last check, he was at CMC Maine, and they are telling us he is expected to recover. He doesn't live at the house, but he is a friend of the homeowner, Caleb Farley. Now, investigators are saying that just a few hours later, they went and recovered what was Farley's father's body from what they believe was his bedroom in this home. I want to bring in now my colleague, Ken Lemon. You've spent the day, Ken, talking with people who live in this area about this unimaginable tragedy, and what the family is going through today, Ken.
Yeah, and I spoke to some family members. They didn't want to go on air, but a couple that I talked to, they were polite still. You can tell that this was an enormous blow for them and a tragedy that rocked people in this neighborhood.
The sight of what's left of the home on Barber's Loop is as unimaginable as the sound that woke neighbors at about midnight. Pete Serger said he guessed what happened the moment he heard it.
I heard a loud explosion and almost a collapsing sound, big crunching sound. I turned to my wife and said, that sounds like a house exploded.
He lives 6 houses away.
The whole house shook and just the air kind of got sucked out of a little bit out of the house.
He was stunned again when he walked down the street.
I noticed a young man stumbling out of the house.
He told us he hoped everyone made it out safe. We later learned that was not the case. Robert Farley, the father of Tennessee Titan football player Caleb Farley, died. Witnesses said it happened in an instant.
You could be sitting in your house at 1 minute, and the next minute you're gone.
Neighbors say the family lived here only about a year. People remember their faces but didn't know them well. Chopper 9 flew over the wreckage. You could see family members salvaging anything left intact. I saw people bringing them cold drinks and warm words.
It's horrible. It's just, there's nothing left.
Mike Reinhardt passes his home every morning. He and his wife wanted to speak to the family, but they stayed at a respectful distance. They want the family to know one thing.
You're in our prayers.
And you wouldn't know that the neighbors were strangers just watching them interact with the family out here. I want to show you one thing right over here because one woman walked right over. She placed those flowers on the mailbox and then she quietly spoke to family members here. That was a very touching moment. Madison?
Ken, just during your report, a neighbor walked by me and she said, Thanks for coming out. They are good people. She said they were good people and corrected herself. She said they are good people. We learned that Caleb wasn't here at the time. He was in Tennessee at the time of the explosion and was able to make his way here by early morning. As investigators tell us, they walked him around that damage after letting him know that his father was lost in this fire. We learned that this home was purchased by Caleb just last year. It is the same year that the Titans placed him on injured reserve after he faced several injuries. Titan players today took a knee after practice to pray for Farley and his family. We also heard from their coach today at a news conference.
What's important is that we do everything that we can to support Caleb, his family, and do everything that we can to be there for him, support him. That's the most important thing, is to focus on him.
Support is a word we're going to hear a lot. Caleb and his family had a lot of ties to our area. More on that coming up at 5:30 when we continue our team coverage. For now, I'll send it back to the studio.
Madison, thank you very much. And now, of course, there's still a lot we need to know about what happened out here. We're going to keep you updated all throughout the newscast and also on our WSOC News app. You can sign up to get breaking news alerts and get updates sent right to your phone when tragedies like this occur.